All right, y'all, I got to be a straight shooter. I got to give it to y'all straight. That loss from the Colorado Buffaloes last night was absolutely embarrassing. Out of bounds. There's no excuse for it. That is embarrassing. They lost a 29-point lead in a college football game. Yes, 29 points. That's the type of loss that prevents you from being bowl eligible. A loss like that is what prevents you from being eligible for a bowl game, because there is no excuse for that. Going into the game, Stanford was what, 1-4, right? Playing a 1-4 team, you let them come back from down 29 points. Like what is the, like, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, what's the boy name? Alec Iomanner? What is his name? Yes, Alec Iomanner. The boy damn near had what? 300 yards receiving. 300 yards receiving on the secondary. Secondary couldn't guard a parked car with a machine gun. Okay? Like, for real, that's I'm telling y'all, there's no excuse for that. The pass the boy Iomanner caught around Travis Hunter's helmet, dog, what? He was having his way out there in every way possible. From any other secondary, from Travis Hunter to Cormani McClain to number 23, what's his name, Carter Stoutmeyer. He filleted all of them. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people was like, oh, well, that ain't just on Carter, because he was out there giving Travis that work too. He was, and I'm a fan of Travis Hunter. I think he's a really great player. But he out there, he got work last night. They was out there picking on Travis at times, and I saw it. Secondary still can't cover slant and crossing routes. Like, come on. And I saw that weeks and weeks and weeks ago. And I told y'all, I saw the secondary was not good. It's not. They need a lot of things. They need an O-line and they need a defensive line with dogs. They have not been able to pressure the quarterback all season. You know what I mean? Their defense might be the worst in Power 5 football. Them and USC. Their defense might be the worst, man. Like, for real. They need to stop worrying about having all these celebrities at the games and the locker rooms. All in the locker room with them and taking pictures and all on YouTube with them all the time, and figure out what's going on. Okay? Because there's no excuse for being up 29 points. That is a meltdown if I ain't never seen such. A bigger meltdown than the damn, than the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. Bigger meltdown than them. Now, again, it should be more to them because they are professionals and these are, young men playing a game of football. But listen, man, like, Colorado is a mentally immature team. They really are. There's no excuse for that. How you cannot execute enough to stop a team from coming down 29 points, coming back on 29 points down? Like, what can you say about that? Nothing. What's the Alec Iomanner almost had 300 receiving yards. Do y'all know it's certain receivers that get 300 yards on a year? He damn near had some dudes, again, and then the dudes that's not really that good or not that featured in the offense. He nearly had some dudes' yearly offensive output in one game on them. You know what I mean? And listen, Colorado super fans, please don't deflect, because I know some of y'all, because I'm tired of hearing how they won more games than they did last year. That's old now. That shit don't matter no more. That shit don't count. We've been knew they won more games than last year. But listen, most importantly, this is not the same team from last year. So stop hollering out, oh, they won more than last year, because Coach Prime didn't get that team to win more. He just got a whole bunch of new dudes. There's probably 10 dudes left from last year's team. About 10 of them. Maybe 8 or 9, maybe, I don't know. It's way more new players. It's a whole new team. And they still out there getting obliterated. And that is not okay. All right? Colorado made Stanford look like world beaters. Had their quarterback out there looking like goddamn Tom Brady. For real, had him looking like Aaron Rodgers. And he was out there just doing his thing, looking like he was a first-round pick. Dudes is having career days. What's the dudes from North Dakota and the state? Them dudes from North Dakota State, I wonder if they had a bigger output than that since last game. Colorado defense making dudes look like all pros. For real, man, he making them getting their tape for the league off of Colorado. And Coach Prime out there, he's smiling first half, and then he looking defeated. Because they need work. I'm telling y'all, that Colorado getting the lab because the excitement and the luster from the team has worn off. The game shouldn't even went to overtime, let alone 2 overtimes, dog. What? A lot of people turned from the game because they thought it was over with. Comeback game still going on 1 in the morning. And you see Colorado losing. Like that is no sense. That makes no sense. That's ridiculous. Again, that's the type of loss that prevents you from being bowl eligible. Because they probably gonna lose some more games after this. I hate to tell y'all. They might lose at least one more or two more. I don't know. Because they losing against Stanford now, that's ugly. They still got a thick schedule left to play. And that's going to stop you from being bowl eligible. The only way they're going to get into a bowl game now is because they coach prime team. Okay, that's it. That's it. Most teams that lose 3 games and then you get obliterated in one and lose a 29-point lead in the other one, yeah, it's tight on that bowl game, dog. It's tight on that. Now, they played valiantly against USC and came back from behind and nearly came back and won the game. I applauded them for that. That was phenomenal football. Great execution, great resiliency. Where is that same resiliency tonight? You go up big like that and let dudes have their way on you. And Coach Prime got to figure out what side Travis Hunter going to play on. Okay? Because Travis Travis is a special player for sure. But he looked like he wasn't strong enough and he was too small for Alec Iomanner. He looked too small for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is he too small to be playing DB? You know what I mean? Maybe he should play one side of the football so that he doesn't tire out as well. Because, again, they was out there picking on Travis. Coach Prime got to make a decision. You going to play him still on both ends, both sides? Or what? Because this game, Travis was getting some of that work too. That work was evenly distributed. Evenly distributed. It wasn't just on 23, Carter Stoudemire. It wasn't just on Cormani. It wasn't just on Travis. It was all of them was getting that. It wasn't just on Carter now. I seen him he was getting that work. Travis was too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I told y'all before, people are you hating. Listen, it's great that celebrities are galvanizing around the team. It's great that they're coming out to support Coach Prime. It's great that, they want to come out and show love to these young boys. But again, I said they need to focus better in the locker room. They coming out, all these dudes, all these superstars, and they thinking they on top of the world. They think they play for the Dallas Cowboys already. You play for a former Dallas Cowboy. You play for the greatest, one of the greatest defensive players to ever play the game. Some people say the greatest, unless you want to say Lawrence Taylor. You know what I mean? But when you play for a football god with a lowercase g, and y'all reaping the benefits of that, but at the same time, y'all out here getting smoked. And that ain't cool, because now people getting frustrated. Because, hold on, it's more glitter than substance, it appears. So you got to get back in the lab and prove people wrong, because this is horrific. Come on, man, defensive coordinator got to go. Come on, bro, they out there, I'm talking about broil, filleting, deep frying, barbecuing. You hear me? Putting them in the air fryer. They doing everything you can think of on them boys, man. Baking them. Every type of way you can cook them. Again, like I said, sauteing them any type of way. He was out there cooking on them. And they couldn't stop it. And I know you're a mentally immature team when you can't hold a 29-point lead. You know what I mean? And then even on the picture, through bad ball, Travis didn't even really try to fight for the ball like that. I'm like, yo, Travis got to fight for that better. You know what I mean? It's like, the spirit of wants, it doesn't seem to be in them at times. And again, this secondary is horrific, y'all. It's terrible. It's terrible. And you know what I mean? And I know some of y'all gonna come out here hollering out Shiloh's name. For Shiloh to be talking all that shit, talking about I beat the fuck out of all y'all N-words. He was saying it to Oregon team and y'all coach. His ass can't cover in space either. So, he can't tackle in space either. So, yeah, they got to get it together. Because that looks bad. That looks bad. When you lose like that on national TV prime at the end, like everybody staying up late to watch this game. Everybody want to see what they gonna do. You're the highlight, the centerpiece, the focus of Friday night. And y'all take a L like that, up 29. Come on, man. Like that is demoralizing. You see the fans in the stand crying. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh God, Jesus. That man, listen. Coach Prime got an answer to that. And he did in the press conference. I ain't watch it. I'm gonna see what he said. But yeah, man, he gonna have to get some more boys in there, some better boys in there. Again, so all that, and listen, Nobody trying to hear that moral victory talk that, oh, they did better than last year. Again, that shit old now. That's old. Okay? And I want to say this too. People gotta stop saying that. Oh, he took a team that won one game last year and turned them into. No, he took a program. That ain't the same team from last year. That's a whole new team. It's like 10 dudes left from that team last year, like I said before. And they got to get it together. All the celebrities taking pictures, snapping it up, that's cool. But what is the substance like on the field? What my man said on Oregon, rooted in substance. Program has to be rooted in substance, not just flair. You can be Ric Flair, woo! You can be all that Ric Flair and have the jewelry and iced out, and you can have the watch and all that, and you can do all that. And Shador balled out. Bad pick. But they got to come better. They got to come to play. That's embarrassing.